Hi, my name is Sam Kippen and my student number is T00698764. I have my canine patient here, a German short hair pointer, and I'm going to be demonstrating how to give sub-Q and IM injections. So I'm going to have my syringe and my needle. For most sub-Q and IM injections, actually IV injections in a dog, we're going to be choosing a 22 gauge needle. I'm going to be making sure that if I am drawing out of a multi-dose medication, that I am going to be swabbing that bottle down, especially the top of it, with alcohol swab first, and then pulling the medication out with my syringe and my needle, and then switching my needle afterwards. But for this purpose, let's just say that we're giving vaccines. So my needle is all ready to go here on my syringe. I've given it a quarter turn to make sure that it is on the syringe there properly. We are all set. So I'm going to start here by looking for my muscle where I'm going to inject. So I'm going to be doing the SemiMem first. So for the SemiMem, I want to make sure that I'm feeling the femur. The sciatic nerve is going to run right alongside the femur there, so I want to make sure that I'm not going towards it. I want to make sure that I'm pressing in a caudal direction from the femur to isolate the SemiMem. So I can feel it there. So I'm pressing away. I'm pressing away from it there. Okay, now I want to make sure that my bevel is up. For the purpose of this video, let's say that I did do an alcohol swab before all of these injections, because we want to do an alcohol swab before we give any IM or sub-Q injections. So let's just say for all of these injections that I did do the alcohol swab in the prep. So I'm going to want to make sure my bevel is up here. I'm going to want to make sure that my needle is going in a caudal direction away from the sciatic nerve. Now I can insert. I want to make sure that I draw back first before giving the vaccine, because if I do get a flash of blood, then I need to come out. I'm not in a good location. And then with my ring finger here, I can advance the vaccine because I didn't get any flashback. Okay, now for the quadricep muscle, I'll show you on this leg here. For the quadricep muscle, we want to make sure that what we're doing is we're feeling the femur and we're pushing the quadricep muscle in a cranial direction, because again, we want to be careful of that sciatic nerve. We don't want to be touching that at all. So we're pushing with our thumb and our finger, getting the quadricep isolated. So I'm going to use this hand. I've got someone else holding the dog at the front there. We're all set. Okay, I've got my vaccine or my medication all drawn up here in my syringe. So now I've got my bevel up again. I want to go in a medial lateral direction. I want to make sure that I am not going in a caudal direction, because right behind where I'm going here, that's where the sciatic nerve is going to be. And if I could go a little bit cranial if I wanted to. Okay. I want to make sure that I draw back, see if there's a flash. No flash. That's great. So now I can advance. Okay, next we're going to be looking for the apaxal muscles. The apaxal muscles, I'm going to palpate the ilium, the wing of the ilium. I can feel that here. I want to feel the last rib there, and the dorsal spinal process. So that's fantastic. I can feel all of those things there. So I want to make sure that I am isolating my muscle. My muscle is right in there. I want to make sure again my bevel is up. Okay, my bevel is up, my site is prepped. So then I can go in. We don't want to be going in very deep here. We don't need to be going in very deep here. We'll be drawing back again. And then moving forward because there is no flash. So I am in the muscle, but I am very superficial there, which is just fine. That can be a little bit of a safety factor for this animal as well. Lastly, I'm doing a sub-Q injection. Sub-Q injection in dogs, most commonly done between the scapula here. It's going to be on the dorsal part of the scapula is here. We want to make sure that we're building a tent. So we pinch the skin a little bit together here, building a tent. So I've got my tent. Okay, I can advance into my tent. I don't know how well you can see this, but I'm advancing into my tent there. Again, I'm making sure I'm drawing back. I'm not getting any flash. I can move back and forth a little bit, release my tent a little bit, making sure that my tent is going down. If my tent is not going down, then that does mean that I might have poked through the other side, but I'm not getting the pressure that I should be having there. But my plunger is being drawn forward, which tells me it's working a bit as a vacuum, so I haven't went through the other side there, and I've already drawn back, not getting a flash, so I can advance and move forward there. All right, and those are those injections. We have the 3 IM and the 1 sub-Q injection.